Hello, everyone. There's report that Labour Party six state assembly members defect to PDP in Enugu state. Six members of Labour Party in Enugu State House of Assembly on Thursday defected to People's Democratic Party (PDP) during plenary. Those that decamped include the Chief Whip, member representing Igbo Eze North Constituency 1 in Enugu State House of Assembly, Honorable Ejike Eze, member representing Nsukka East, Pius Onyekachi Ezugu, Deputy Chief Whip, member representing Enugu South Rural, Princess Obiajulu Ugu, member representing Oji River, Osita Eze, member representing Igbo Etiti West, Engineer William Amuka, and member representing Enugu North Urban, Johnson Ani. With this development, the PDP is now the majority with 18 House members and LP minority with 6 members. You know, the shamelessness of Nigerian politics. It's one that will continue to surprise one, but for me, I take solace in the fact that I know that as long as we leave that place open for all sorts of people, all sorts of character, without integrity, we'll continue to have this kind of things or even more. There must be people who are not hungry, people who have second jobs, other jobs. Politics is not just their main business of life. People who are able to stand adversity, people who have courage, empathy, integrity, character, competence, of course. As long as we don't have those people in offices, running for offices, we'll continue to have this kind of problems. And one of the things that we've also have had over the years is how much the legislative arm of government, especially at the state level, has been bastardized. And the legislative arm of government is actually supposed to be the bedrock of democracy. It's supposed to be the most powerful, you understand. They can make laws or have oversight function, you know, ratify treaties, that's at the national level, and able to, before an appointment is made, they have to give their approval. And so many things they can hold executive accountable. But what we've had over time, especially at the state level, is the fact that some few people are the ones who continue to control, and that's the executive control the structure of the state. And you don't seem not to have full independence. Even the National Assembly that is fully independent, you still see how much the executive is able to control the National Assembly. And this is always due to the fact that the executive always controls money, and it seems as if money buys anything and everything in Nigeria, which is such a shame anyways. And one of the things for people who always feel that, okay, why Labour Party people are doing this thing, why are they behaving in this way, why are they not speaking up the way they should? They are the people that, people invested in them and expected them to be different. But people have to also understand the fact that that investment was not really on Labour Party or the members that were there, that were running for offices. That investment was actually because of Mr. Peter Obi, and it was due to the fact that Mr. Peter Obi was running for office and people were putting in their votes for him, and so they automatically just extended it. What needs to happen now as we go further is to continue to curate the kind of people, continue to curate the people that would how do I put it now? The people that we know have competence, character, capacity, courage, patriotism, are going to do the right thing to get into office. For example, as we're sitting down here, if they were to ask you, let me put this question to you: who are the people? Maybe let's even start with one person. Which one person do you see in your own state that you would think would be able to run to be senator and do a very good job? Who are these kind of people? Do we even know them? Do we have such people? Are there people we can easily call to mind, or is it just, we like we don't know. If you're going to ask you who are the people, for example, maybe 3 people or 4 people from your state that are going to run for state houses of representative, and then also state houses of assembly, these are the critical questions that we actually should be asking ourselves, and these questions are very important, and we must continue to have this conversation. We must continue to sit down so that we get to a place where politics is not just about people looking for a source of livelihood, and then they go in there and then find something that they will do, and then they try to get money, or people that will help them get into office, and all they are thinking about is how much they are going to make. Politics should actually be a place where people are saying they want to serve, they want to give back to society, they want to make positive changes and positive difference in people's lives. That's what politics is all about. And I always say this thing, for people who are of most times don't see it, is the fact that uh, activism and politics, they are so related. They are so, the end result is always the same, which is for the greater good of the people. How do you make positive impact for the greater good of the people? It's just that the way that they go towards it is what differs. And unfortunately, what we've had over time is that a lot of people seem to think that, oh, some people should just be in activism and not bother about politics, so that you continue to do good in activism, because they feel that what do you call it now, politics is where people get in and they just do bad, or they don't do the right thing. No, those kind of things are what has allowed us to keep giving longer and longer rope of corruption, longer and longer rope of bad behavior, longer and longer rope of bad governance, longer and longer rope of lack of accountability and transparency, and longer rope of corruption to people who are in offices, and then they keep doing this thing again and again and again, and we're sort of like understanding. It's almost like a tacit agreement that after it's not politicians, that's how they are. No, that's not how they are. Because the politicians that are doing so well in other states, they don't have two heads. That are doing so well in other countries, they don't have two heads. Their people tax them. They know they can't do anyhow. You in short, you do anyhow. By the time you are forced to resign, either they prosecute you, they do one thing or the other. They don't joke with them. But here, when politicians behave badly, we're almost ready to be okay with them, to accept them, the way they are, to say, oh, this is how these people do their thing. Let's just, it's not politicians, now. That's why people will comfortably say, oh, politics is dirty, people shouldn't do politics. But politics is where the people who govern you, who are in charge of how your life will be, that's where they are. That's what brings them. And so if that's what brings them, every one of us must then be interested in that politics and ensure that we do not stay away, and we do not allow people who don't mean well for us to continue to be in there. Thank you so much for